I hear that 8 out of 10 AI projects fail. Well, the headline's not wrong. Most of AI projects haven't created the business value they expected to. Not because the tech is incapable, but because the effort is mismanaged or misapplied. We underestimate the readiness, we overestimate the autonomy, and we pretend that culture will magically change when we put AI on a slide to be accepting. There's an inconvenient truth. AI succeeds when you treat it like any other strategic capability. It has to be tied to business outcomes, governed in process, and operated by people who actually use it daily. When it fails, you'll see the same 10 patterns happen over and over. From chasing novelty, to fuzzy goals, to bad data, to lone wolf teams, reinventing the wheel, boiling the ocean, ignoring integration, skipping ownership, promising sci-fi, forgetting ethics. At Improving, we're going to flip those patterns around. We're going to start with business value, we're going to constrain the first win, and we're going to keep the off the shelf as much as possible until differentiation is justified and the design for production is done from day one. Security, scale, workflows, etc. When we do this, it allows us to assign ownership of the outcomes, plan for model drift and ML ops, plan for security, and yes, even put the ethical lens on the work to make sure that the solution remain practical in the real world. If you recognize these errors early, you can avoid them. So consider this in the next several weeks as a field guide and a pre-flight checklist for your next AI project. Use it, and you'll dramatically improve your odds that you land in the 20% that have created ROI and actually move the numbers for you. What's the first type of error for AI projects? Well, I call it the shiny object syndrome. It's chasing AI because it's fashionable, because it's cool, because you want it on your slide deck. Standing up a model, not a problem. The symptoms are familiar. A slick demo, no adoption, and 6 months later, you really can't point to the metric that it moved. If you can't finish the sentence of, we're doing this to improve something by this percent for this user, then you're probably building really expensive shelfware. Now, the way you mitigate this is you start with a problem statement. AI is task-centric. You've got to have a problem. And then you create a measurable business case from it. When you define the decision and the workflow that you're going to be changing, you can actually quantify the value of time saved, revenue, whether that's uplift or error reduction, and you can constrain the scope to a single use case that's shippable in 8 to 12 weeks. When you put a dollar sign on that success before you do any work on the AI side of it, you know whether you should start before you do. That problem selection workshop and that one-page value hypothesis are incredibly valuable. It's why our approach at Improving is built around them. Because if you can't fit it on a page, it's probably not ready to build. Now, unfortunately, we've seen this done in the past. We had a client that ignored the approach and went into the chatbot hype, targeting the cycle time in healthcare. When we got involved, we undid that. We ignored the hype. We targeted a very small case that was the majority of their problems and reached a 27% reduction in labor in the first 90 days, all because we shifted the focus.